Greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome to the CanUK podcast, the podcast done by fans for fans of everything nerdy. And if my power doesn't go out, this show will actually happen. Joining me this week from the cold, cold north, it's Big Boss.
Hello, hello, boys and girls. And Lord X, of course.
Yay. So how you doing this week, Big Boss?
I'm doing all right. Can't complain. How about you?
I'm cold.
Yeah, same here.
We gotta love Canada, don't we?
Canada's very cold.
And I think here in Newfoundland we've gotten the most snow for this part of the winter anyway in like years.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, I went to work this morning. It was up to my waist when I was trying to get out of the house.
Oh, that's not fun.
No, I had no time to shovel either, so.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Anyways, winter fun, blackouts, everything else going on.
Winter is coming.
Winter is here.
Yeah, you said it.
I'm expecting to see a White Walker on the front lawn at any given time now, really.
Actually, one time I had a dream that I opened my front door to get the newspaper, and I saw my friend running down the street, and it was in the middle of this cold blizzard because, winter is wintry and cold here. And I just look at him and I'm like, oh, okay. And then like 5 seconds later, that snow thingy from Star Wars Empire Strikes Back runs by chasing him. And I was like, huh. Then I just shut my door and went to read the paper. That's the type of dreams you have with winters in Canada.
Yeah, sounds about right. It was even more fun when I was at work this morning and the power went out.
Oh, man.
Let's just say, having watched 2 episodes involving weeping angels last night, that made it fun at work today.
Actually, that's another story I have. I'd been playing a lot of XCOM. Like, this was last year. I'd been playing a lot of XCOM, and I used to have classes that went till around 7 o'clock or 6 or 7, I can't remember. And by that point on a Friday night, the campus is just empty. Like, there's maybe a few people, and the whole bunch of the rooms all have the lights off. So at 7 o'clock, I'm listening to my music, and this song, I was listening to Tool, and the song Voice of God came on. That's the translation from its Latin title. And it's basically this song it's not even a song. It's got like all these background noises and this guy like talking all panicked on the phone about encountering aliens over at Area 51. And I'm looking up and down the hallway, and I'm the only person in this semi-lit corridor. And having just been playing a ton of XCOM and I already have aliens on my brain, I'm just like, oh, this isn't good. This is messing with me. So, yeah, that's, I know those kind of creepy conditions where it's like, oh, no.
It didn't help that I had seen the library episode very recently, too.
Oh, yeah.
Don't go into the dark. Oh, fuck.
I know, Don't blink, X. Don't blink.
Well, that's a kind of a good segue into our first little topic here. We basically ran out of, I guess, really good topics from the past few weeks leading up to the end of the year, our wrap-ups and everything else. So, just a little random story time or what's on our minds this week before we jump into the news. Like anything interesting that we've read, seen?
Well.
Silence.
Silence golden. I watched that Doctor Who special, but that was interesting. I won't say anything about it because I don't think you've seen it yet.
I have not, no.
Okay.
Good, bad? Because I've heard...
I enjoyed it. Like, I definitely enjoyed the 50th special more. That was just gold.
Oh, yes.
This was, I don't know. It was all right.
Okay.
Nothing mind-blowing by any means, though.
Cool.
Any stories or things on your mind? I can't think of anything right now. Maybe you'll say something that'll spark something for me.
Alright, well, the one thing that I thought about just before we started recording was we just got through another Steam sale.
So what's the damage on your wallet?
I don't have a exact calculation here, but it's not too bad. I think it's, let's see, this one was 15 bucks, that one was 15 bucks. Yeah, I bought 2 games at 15 bucks and one at 10, so 30, 40. Yeah, it's under 100 bucks, so I actually did really well this time.
Good self-control, X.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Oh, thank you. I think it's mostly due to the fact that I own pretty much anything that I want at this point.
Yeah, that could help.
But let's see here. I'll actually run down through the list of things that I bought. Dive Kick, Sword of the Stars, The Pit, Deponia, Legend of Dungeon, Shadow Warrior, The Bridge, Eldritch, which is a Cthulhu-type inspired game,
Ooh.
Antechamber, Castle Crashers DLC packs, which were 24 cents each, so why the fuck not?
Oh, yeah.
Borderlands 2 Headhunter 3 DLC, Mercenary Day.
Okay.
We had the story about that a couple of weeks back. It was $1.49, so yeah.
Oh, wow. Can't go wrong on that price.
No, half off, so pretty good.
Yeah.
Penny Arcades on the Rain Slight Principle of Darkness 4. Shelter. The Adventures of Van Helsing, Complete Edition.
Ooh.
Prison Architect. World of Goo. Gunpoint. Risk of Rain. Spelunky. I actually thought Spelunky? Oh, cool.
Wait, what? Why? No. No. Even on sale.
The Swapper. Miss Explosion Man. Cloudberry Kingdom, which I do intend on doing a Let's Play of. Gravity Badgers, which I'll talk about later on. Super Amazing Wagon Adventure.
Oh, wow. That sounds super amazing.
I know, right? Which is
Whoa.
VVVVVVV. Yep. It was on for 49 cents.
2 quarters. Minus a penny, but we don't have those anymore in Canada.
XCOM Enemy Within.
How much was that?
Half off for $15.
Oh, wow. So I bet you're thrilled.
Oh, yes. I cannot wait to get back in and murder all of you.
No. This time I'm surviving. That's my New Year's resolution, to somehow not die in your XCOM game. I don't know what that has to do with me, but that's my New Year's resolution right there.
Let's see. I also got Valis Story Abysmal City and Trackmania Stadium. I also gifted a few games. The Witcher 2, Machinery Ram, and Surgeon Simulator, which you know.
Yes, I believe I may have acquired those games myself. Yet strangely, I never purchased them. Santa is real, folks.
Speaking of, I also gifted Dust and Visceral Cleanup Detail Santa's Rampage.
I'm sorry, I laughed a little too much at that, perhaps.
As well as Guacamelee and Deus Ex Human Resolution Director's Cut.
Nice.
And I received Skullgirls and Anno 2070.
Well, that's what you received on the Steam, but I know you also received another game for Christmas.
I did, yes.
I'm kind of jealous.
Yes, Israel Pacheco was very nice in gifting me a copy of Tearaway.
Yeah, I looked for that on Boxing Day, hoping to get it for, just, I would have settled for it for $20 even, but not quite yet, so.
I thought I heard that it was on a flash sale on PSN for like $20.
Oh, really? Then I must have missed it then. Yeah, it was still regular priced at is it 30 or 40?
I think 40, yeah.
Yeah, I was still regular priced when I saw it on Boxing Day, so I'm like, dang. But
Mm-hmm.
Even at 30, I probably would have picked it up just to have another thing to put on my Vita and have some fun with.
Yeah, it's well worth it. And
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised too. The hard drive space for the digital version's only like 800 MB.
Oh, wow.
So yeah. Well, I'll talk more about the game later.
All right.
But yeah, that's my Steam sale damage list right there.
Not terrible.
No, no. I've gone through worse. I mean, not the past summer sale, but the one before that, I think I spent roughly $250.
But you have an
Yeah.
impressive library.
Yes, which is up to 504 games now.
Jupiter's cock. A lot of games.
Yeah, God help me if I ever manage to get through them all. But with Let's Experience, hopefully I shall.
Word. Well, I don't have any fancy Steam sales stories or lists of any sort
Alright.
other than a grocery list. I doubt you want to hear what's on that, though.
No, because I have one myself, which I've been trying to buy groceries for the past couple of days, but the fucking power keeps going out.
You just put it in your backyard. Now we have freezers outside. That's the beauty of Canada.
Well, the thing is, I can't buy it anyway, because fucking registers are down.
Oh, yeah. Trying to break out the old abacuses.
Alright, so I guess we can dive straight into our news stories of this past week.
I believe so. And to kick things off, we have some Marvel TV rumors coming your way.
Ooh.
And the first rumor is that Hayley Atwell may have signed on to Agent Carter.
Yay!
As you may remember, Hayley Atwell may be reprising her role as from Peggy Carter as the spunky heroine and love interest from Captain America, the First Avenger.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's awesome.
yeah. Then
Wait,
first,
did you see the one shot with her?
no, I did not.
Ah, you need to see that. It's so awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. Basically just showing her, I think, a year after the Captain America movie, when we last see her.
Okay.
Yeah. It's really cool. Well worth watching. Kind of like the early days of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, nice. Oh man, I'm sorry. I just watch so much wrestling. Every time someone says Shield, I just think wrestling now. That is like, yeah, it's bad. The second bit of Marvel news, which also comes to us, is that Guardians of the Galaxy could be now an animated TV series.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that would be cool.
I think that's pretty interesting. I mean, given the, amount of time and effort that's going into the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, because let's face it, CGI is a lot of work.
Indeed.
Especially in a movie like that, which is pretty much all CGI, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
A TV series would be quite more affordable and a good way to, introduce those characters a little bit ahead of time or keep people exposed to those characters to keep that whole franchise growing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love a Guardians of the Galaxy animated show.
Yeah.
Or Rocket Raccoon for everybody is a very good thing.
Like I've said, I'm pretty sure I've said this in previous podcasts when we've talked about this, is I've never read any Guardians of the Galaxy. My exposure is practically non-existent.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't really attest to anything, but from what I've heard from you and Jester and others,
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot to look forward to. So,
Oh, yes.
so that's, what, a little animated series I'd be thrilled to check out because, I mean, I don't read because for some reason, I'd rather just sit and watch something.
Mm-hmm.
So if there was a Guardians of the Galaxy animated series, I would have no excuse to be exposed to them. I can't even say, oh, I don't have the time to read, because no, I have the time to watch shows. I have to, I can make that work then.
All right, moving on to our next story, going into the realm of video games. We got some Xbox news.
Ooh.
And surprisingly, not the bad kind.
That's a first for this podcast.
Yeah. It actually feels kind of nice to say this. Microsoft is incorporating feedback, who knows how much or how little, into new Xbox One features. And getting the article here, drawing comparisons to the 360, Xbox Live Director of Programming Larry Major Nelson Herb said Microsoft is listening to feedback and plans to improve its newly released console, because there are quite a few complaints that people do want fixed. If you look back at the 360's launch and what was in 2006 when we launched, it's completely different from what it is now. Oh wow, he said with an interview with Canada.com.
Wow.
Okay. We didn't even have things like the party system or the ability to support external storage when we launched the 360, so we absolutely committed to adding new features to the Xbox One over the course of its lifespan. We're going to continue to refine the system and make it what the Xbox fans are expecting and what they want. And you got a long way to go. We're listening to the feedback of every single day. I've already seen some changes in the operating system internally with what we're building. So, yeah.
Well, they are listening to feedback every single day because they have those Kinects installed in your home.
Hey-oh!
But, no, all joking aside, though, completely serious, it's good to hear that they're listening to their fans, because, I mean, the fans generate the sales, and ultimately you want your fans to be happy with your console, or else, you know what, if I buy an Xbox One and it doesn't impress me, then I'm going to say, you know what, there's a PS4 out there, and people seem happy with that, so I'll abandon,
Yep.
Fine, I'll go there.
Mm-hmm. Or even a Wii U.
Yeah, anyway, and that's the good thing about our, the gaming industry is all the companies kind of have to keep the other ones honest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's look back at E3, and do you think when Microsoft did their complete 180, do you think that they would have done it if they hadn't seen how many people were saying, nope, screw it, I'm going to Sony?
Yeah, exactly. They wouldn't have.
If Sony wasn't there, they totally would have just kept things the exact same because people have nowhere else to go. They're the monopoly of the gaming market. So, no, I think it's good that they're listening to their fans and just trying to find ways to improve. And I hope, Sony's doing the same because, while I love my PS4, oh yeah, I have no doubt there's ways to improve it too. So, and I look forward to seeing just how things are going to continue to improve over the life of a console. Moving forward into our next bit of news, back to the realm of, well, not really gaming, but kind of Marvel news. Here we go. Marvel, or Star Wars comics are coming back home to Marvel in 2015. They're leaving the brand of Dark Horse and returning home to Marvel, which is a pretty fitting given that Disney is the parent company of both Marvel and Lucasfilm now, so it seems like a smart move that makes sense from a logistics point of view.
Yep. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I mean, having Star Wars back under Marvel, I'm sure the series will continue to be as good as they've always been.
Yeah, ultimately, I don't know what that means in terms of, the quality of what's being released. Just a different banner, and I'd say probably makes publishing things easier and stuff, given that now they don't have to fight between different companies.
Yep. Yeah, and I think this is something we all saw coming anyway, as soon as Disney bought Star Wars.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's all on the same banner, it's why not just do things internally? So.
Yeah. disappointment, I'm sure, for Dark Horse fans, but...
Yeah, I mean, Star Wars, there are some really good Star Wars comics out there.
Mhm. Yep.
I own a fair share of Star Wars comics, actually. Actually, I think most comics I own are Star Wars, to be honest.
Mhm.
I'm a big Star Wars fan. I love Star Wars. Um, so, yeah, but I think, yeah, that's a big franchise for Dark Horse to lose a hold of, but
Mhm.
uh, I'm sure they'll survive.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, moving back into the realm of video games, EA recently pulled out their shotgun and killed another studio, basically. Co-founders of Criterion Games, creators of Burnout, Need for Speed, that kind of deal.
All those
Uh,
racing games I don't play.
yeah, have left the studio. So, yeah, Alex Ward, Vice President and Creative Director of Criterion Games, and Fiona Sperry, Studio Director, are both no longer working at the studio. Electronic Arts has confirmed to Polygon.
Hmm.
And there was an update here. After news broke on Polygon, Ward tweeted that he just decided to start afresh and form a new games company with Fiona Sperry, which, aka, we got fucking fed up with EA and we want to do our own thing.
Well, I think that's a fair desire for them.
Hmm. I guess one could say they were burnout at EA.
Oh, oh, see, it's funny because the game they made is Burnout. Sorry, I'm that guy. Um,
Well, I say best of luck to the two creators.
yeah, agreed. Good to know they're not just leaving the game industry and
Hmm.
saying, up yours, we're done.
Yeah.
Leaving a big company like EA just in pursuit of basically artistic control, I assume.
Hmm.
Uh,
I
yeah,
would
that's a noble cause.
think.
I mean, I hope the best for them because let's be honest, EA is such a juggernaut in the industry. It's
Hmm. Hmm.
not exactly easy to just walk away from a company like that.
No.
So, yeah, no, best of luck to them and best of luck in what they decide to do because I imagine they won't be able to put out any more burnouts and Need for
No.
Speeds if, those are owned by EA, so they'll have to
Hmm.
come up with some sort of original IP.
Yep. Which I'm sure they'll be able to do.
Oh, yeah, and that's right. Stay tuned to that because I'm curious to see what they end up doing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well,
All right. You've got our next one, which is kind of interesting.
yeah, some more gaming news, and that is that Square Enix's upcoming JRPG Bravely Default has been censored for not an Australian release, but a Western release, of all things.
Oh my.
Yeah, let's face it, our sex-addled lives just, no, no, no. We have to keep our characters in less skimpy clothing, apparently, because, yeah, apparently these little chibi-looking JRPG-style characters were in clothes too revealing and needed to be covered up, as well as their ages have been moved up from, 15 to 18 in some characters, I guess to try to prevent sexualization of underage characters.
Yo.
Well, you know what, though? Um, Dead or Alive, this already happened.
Oh yeah.
Because you look at the ninja girls like Kasumi and Ayane,
Mm-hmm.
and they're technically supposed to be like 15 years old.
Mm-hmm.
However, because, let's face it, all the girls in Dead or Alive are so over-sexualized,
Mm-hmm.
their ages in the bios are listed as unknown, so that way technically they're not minors.
Oh yeah.
That's how Capcom managed to get around that, saying, yeah, you know what, no, they are still... People know that, yeah, they're underage girls, but
Mm-hmm.
technically they're not encouraging, this extreme perversion there by having their ages be unknown. So it's like, no, no, they're adults. There's no proof that they aren't. So that's how they got around it. So, I mean, we haven't seen this. It's not that this is like new. It's not that we haven't seen this before, but
Mm-hmm.
But you look at Dead or Alive, which is an overtly sexualized game
Hmm.
in all aspects. Whereas you look at this, and I'm sorry, I don't. Looking through the screenshots, I'm like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, it's a chibi Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, the characters are like, let's say they're 3 feet tall, and their head is like a foot of the 3 feet.
Yeah.
They're like 2/3 body, 1/3 head. It's like, yeah, this is so hot. I love this. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I don't see why this really needed censoring. Like, I see the original image of the uncensored girl, and a little bikini thing or whatever it is, and I don't see that big a deal about it. It's not like she has boobs even,
Yeah.
but
We've seen a lot worse.
that we have, or better, if you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, well, shit's gonna happen, I guess. But
I guess.
for those who want to, you can always import if you have a, well, Japan 3DS, I guess.
And you can read Japanese.
Yeah.
Or as they call it, Nihongo. That's the only Japanese I know. And like Konnichiwa.
Mhm.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. And that's our cue to move forward.
Yes, yes. Speaking of Roboto, yeah,
Nice segue.
I know. It came out this past week that Titanfall won't have mod support at launch, so there goes any reason I wanted to play the game.
Yeah, definitely no need to pick that up right away then.
Hmm.
Well, if that's what you're into.
Yeah.
I mean, if I guess on the Xbox One you're good, but for those who want it on PC for that exact reason of mods, well,
But it could be added later. Somebody tweeted at Vince Zampella, one of the developers at Respawn, like, are you planning on releasing mod/mapping tools with the PC SKU of Titanfall? Would love to get back to a Q3/source engine game. And the reply back was, not at launch for sure. We'll have to evaluate after launch.
okay. So it's still open. It's still possible.
Hmm. Still possible, not at launch. just tell that to the mod community themselves.
I bet they're all just going, challenge accepted.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm assuming those people are still working on Aliens, Colonial Marines to get it to work properly.
Fix that game. But at
Eh,
least you'll get to save some money.
yeah, yeah. I had no intention on buying that at launch anyway, because the game's still looking pretty meh to me.
Yeah, I honestly haven't really looked into it because, I mean, it's what, giant robots?
Kind of. It's Call of Duty with, yeah, mech suits tossed in.
Yeah. See, as I've said countless times before, I've never understood the obsession with giant robots.
Hmm.
Everybody loves Gundam Wing. I was like, meh. Everyone likes Mech Warrior. I was like, eh. Super Robot Warriors, and you're with your Pacific Rims, and I'm just like, eh. I'm just like, I can't get excited about it.
Hmm.
I just don't like. I'm not saying it's stupid. I'm not. I'm just saying that I just myself cannot get excited.
Hmm.
That's what I hear about Titanfall, more giant robots. I'm like, okay, have fun with that, guys.
And the
So,
fact that it's multiplayer only doesn't help either.
oh yeah, that can be annoying because I always get my ass kicked online. Well, not always, but in Battlefield I do. As you saw when I talked to you when I was gaming it.
Hmm.
That was frustrating.
All right, well, you've got our last story of the podcast, which is
Yes,
ending
yes I
on
do.
a sad note.
It is. And that is that the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's James Avery,
Uncle Phil!
Uncle Phil, has passed away at 65. which is
Wow.
quite young, really.
Yeah. I expected he was older.
Yeah.
That,
I don't have much to say. I don't know what to say.
yeah. It came as a real shock, that's for sure.
I mean, yeah, I hadn't heard anything of him being sick or anything like that. Not that I keep up with, hey, how's Phil Avery or how does James Avery do it? But still, though, I mean, that kind of came out of nowhere.
Yep. One of TV's greatest dads, I guess.
Father figures.
Father figures, yeah, from the 90s.
Yeah. I still remember as a kid growing up when I was like 4 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
Every day I would watch I'd watch like Transformers at 4.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'd switch channels. I'd watch Fresh Prince at 4:30, and then Simpsons at 5.
Mm-hmm.
Just bam, bam, bam. That was my like hour and a half ritual every day when I was like ages 4 through 7 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the days.
Indeed, when good TV was good TV.
And then Pokemon came after.
Mm-hmm. Pokemon, Digimon.
I fucking love Digimon, but we all know that. We all know about my love for Digimon. That's no secret.
Mm-hmm.
But let's not get all nostalgic here. We can do a nostalgia special or something someday.
Yes.
Well, rest in peace to James Avery.
Mm-hmm.
Go watch a Fresh Prince marathon or something.
Yes, do it in his honor. Okay, well, that actually does it for our news stories this week. This might be our first podcast under an hour in quite a while.
Now we're powering through this.
Yeah, yeah.
Quickly, stall for time.
No, my power might go. Let's keep going.
Yeah, stay on topic.
All right, so let's go into our been playing, been watching, and we haven't been reading section.
Yeah.
So, well, mentioned earlier, I've actually been playing some Tearaway because I've had no power and my Vita's been fully charged.
Nice.
Yeah, I've got to say, I am absolutely loving that game. It's so charming. The music is great. The visuals are really, really nice.
Well, what else would you expect from them?
Yeah, exactly. Media molecule.
Yeah.
They can use the simplest kind of things and just make it beautiful. The controls are great. Every single button on the Vita is like used for that game.
Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the touchscreens are incorporated great. Even the front camera is actually used quite well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. With the sun in the sky, always has your face into it. So the camera is used to always like display your face in the sun.
So like the sun in Teletubbies with the baby.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Don't ask me how I know that. I don't watch Teletubbies, I swear.
Only on Saturdays, right?
No, Sundays. I mean, no. I don't watch it, ever.
But yeah, that's used great. The actual camera itself is great, and you can take pictures of things in the game, and then you'll be like linked, or it'll go to your Tearaway webpage, and you can actually print them out and make them yourself. I haven't done that yet due to lack of a printer, but that's kind of neat.
Oh, that's cool. Make little crafty things.
Papercraft, it's called.
Which I have no talent for.
Yeah, I have to say the game, absolutely great, and should be in the library of any Vita owner.
Perfect. Well, it's like I mentioned before, it's on my list of things to get, so yeah, I'm definitely keeping an eye on it. Now that I mean, the more good things I've been hearing about it, the more I want to get my hands on it.
That's what she said.
That is what she said.
So it's something you've been playing this fast.
Well, I'm pretty sure I was playing this last podcast, but I've been playing some more Borderlands with my friend online, continuing to chip away at that. I just hit level 30, I believe.
Ooh.
Yeah, fun times had.
Nice.
some frustrating times had.
As can be in that game, yes.
Yeah.
Well, when you get to number 2, let me know. I'll jump in on that with you.
Ah, sure. Sounds good.
Because I really do need to get back and finish that game.
No, I can dig it. So, yeah, I don't think I have much else to say about that. What else have you been playing?
I've actually been playing more Euro Truck Simulator 2.
Oh, of course you have.
Through the fact that I have logged in 18 hours of the game.
And yet you said your brother has more?
He is up to like 50 plus at the moment.
That's insane.
Yeah. Well, I finally got it right, and I bought my own truck now, so I can start doing jobs that way, which is even more nerve-wracking, because I'm like, oh god, I can't damage my truck, or else I'm paying for this shit now.
How much is that game?
I got it on sale with the DLC for like $8.
Okay.
But I believe that it is... Why are you not showing up here? Euro Truck Simulator 2, $24.99.
Oh, wow. You got some good sale. And you would recommend this?
Yes, I would. Ooh, awesome. There's truck decals. I may have to look into that.
It's like delivery trucks?
Yeah, 18-wheelers, that kind of deal.
That is badass. I remember going to an arcade once. This local arcade we used to have before they shut it down.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, it was huge. Imagine like a really big arcade.
Yeah.
But it was two stories.
Mm-hmm.
And of course this is in West Edmonton Mall, because it's like the biggest mall ever.
Yeah.
But you would buy like these passes.
Mm-hmm.
And those passes would give you unlimited gameplay for 2 hours or something.
Oh, okay.
And so of course, one guy, you go with a friend and you split the cost of one of them and you pass it amongst each other, right? That's what everyone does.
Mm-hmm.
But they had this game where you drove a semi-truck. And I don't know what it was, but for some reason it's like, you know what, forget Mortal Kombat, forget all these other, forget Time Crisis, forget every other game there.
Mm-hmm.
My friend and I spent like 45 minutes of our 2-hour time on that stupid truck game. But it was so much fun. And my favorite thing to do was to honk the horn, because it was like the big awesome truck horn, like, and I'm like, yes, I don't know. It was so much fun to drive this huge ass truck. And of course, like the driving thing, it's not just like a little crappy steering wheel, like it's the big ass truck steering wheels. I don't know, but for some reason it was just the most fun thing ever. So now hearing you talk about this game, I'm like, it's kind of bringing back memories of that. I'm like, maybe I should play this.
Well, I would recommend it. There's a lot of different control schemes with the game too. So if you want to play with a controller, you can, or you can use a mouse and keyboard, you can.
Okay.
The best thing that I love about it, though, and I think why I've logged in so many hours, is when I want to just sit back, relax, and listen to some music, I stick on the game because I can play my own music in the game.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how their radio system works. You just put your music into a folder that's like in the games folder.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So I've been like listening to music, podcasts, and everything else while I've been playing.
Oh, nice. I have a few podcasts to go through, so yeah, that could be good. I usually listen to my podcast when I'm driving around in real life. Trucking.
But now you can.
If I was a real trucker, I could listen to all the podcasts. Huh.
Yeah, Euro Truck Simulator, definitely look into it. Probably when it goes on sale again.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on that. Or
it's on the Humble store as well too. So
it's on the Humble store right now?
I'm not sure if it's on sale on the Humble store, but it's on the Humble store itself.
Okay, which means that money will be going to charity.
Yes.
Well, I know.
Yeah, it's $25 on the Humble store as well right now.
Okay. Well, I know you have a Let's experience of that.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I'll check that out and get a feel for it.
Yeah.
See what I think.
There you go.
Coolio.
So, have you been playing anything else?
Just a little bit. On Thursday, I went to my friend's place, and on top of our usual WWE 2K14, I also brought along a game I picked up on Boxing Day.
Oh?
Injustice, Gods Among Us.
Yes!
I picked that up for $20 on Boxing Day, and figured what the hell, I should play it with my friend, because he expressed an interest in getting that, and he's been a Mortal Kombat fan too.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we kind of pissed around with all the characters and saw everybody's finishing moves and
Mm-hmm.
or their special attacks or whatever. And I gotta say, for being the character that every single person makes fun of the most in DC, Aquaman is so badass in
Yeah!
that game. Like, I was surprised. Like, we were each taking turns. Like, okay, like we have to be all the characters, and I'm like, of course, like I get in there. First character I go play as is Deathstroke because he's my favorite DC character.
Yep.
And I'm just like, yeah, he's badass. And then I go and I play as Ares, and I'm like, yeah, he's badass. And then I go play as uh like Green Lantern, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
Then I go play as Shazam, and I'm like, uh. Then I go play as I'm like, okay, I'll be Aquaman, and my friend's already starting to laugh about it. And then I just kicked his ass, and I'm like, he has the best moves. Like, this is stupid. His, like, stabby trident, his throwing trident, and, like, what is this? Like,
Mm-hmm. And his special moves having a shark eat your
yeah,
opponent.
yeah, his special move is hilarious. I'm like, oh, that's great. Almost as good as, like, Batman's Batmobile running over the guy. Or the Joker putting his rocket launcher in the guy's face. Um, but yeah, I was just like, before that, it was Ares, because Ares has that awesome teleport move. I'm like, oh, I'm going to annihilate everybody with this.
Mm-hmm.
But no, Aquaman just totally took me by for surprise. I was like, wow, I think I found my character. And I did not expect it to be him.
So I'm assuming you just got the regular edition?
Yeah, I just got the regular edition. So that begs the question, because I know you got the season pass for the DLC.
No,
Or,
I only bought Lobo.
oh,
And did I buy Zatanna? I think I bought Zatanna.
well, how are they as characters?
Lobo's great. I love him. Like,
Is he better than Aquaman?
no, he's not better than
Oh.
Aquaman. But he is quite good. I would recommend buying Lobo.
Okay, who are the other ones? There was Titania.
Zatanna, General Zod,
Neo.
Batgirl.
Okay.
I think there's more. There's 5. Lobo, Zod, Batgirl, Zatanna. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Oh, Martian Manhunter. That's the other one.
John Johns.
Mm-hmm.
Or John Jones in Smallville.
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah, it is a fantastic game. I've been almost considering getting it for the PS4.
Oh yeah, it's on PS4 too.
Mm-hmm.
Forgot about that.
And Vita.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking of it for the Vita too, but it wasn't on sale because, like I've said before in previous podcasts, I've always loved the idea of fighting games on a handheld.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, they do work quite well on there.
it's just nice to pick up and play, like, when you're on the go. It's like you don't always have the time to just sink in. All right, let's go play a nice RPG.
Mm-hmm.
You only got like 10 minutes of gameplay. It's like, okay, I can do a few rounds of Mortal Kombat or Injustice or Marvel vs. Capcom. So
Yep.
yeah. So I think that brings us to our next
It does indeed. Our binge
category.
watching.
Well,
I don't have much for this week, just one thing. So, what about yourself? You've been watching anything?
yeah, I'll start by saying I've been spending a lot of my evenings the past few days watching stand-up comedians on Netflix.
Okay.
I was watching Louis C.K.
Mm-hmm.
his live at Beacon Hall or something.
All
And
right.
oh my God, that guy's freaking hilarious. Um, I don't want to say too much just because I don't know. I don't like talking about stand-up comedians.
Mm.
I just like saying, hey, I enjoyed it. Check it out kind of thing. So yeah, no, Louis C.K. is good because I don't know, it's awkward to talk about jokes
Hmm.
without telling the joke itself, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like I can tell you what happened in the TV show, but like I can't tell you what happened in the joke.
Hmm. You gotta
So
be there. You gotta
ex
experience it.
yeah, and I'm not going to do it justice to the way he does it. This guy's a pro. But
Hmm.
oh no, yeah, he had me in tears at points. I took my glasses off. I'm like, oh God, that is just too good. He basically sums up my thoughts to having kids. Um, People who know me know that at this stage of my life, when I look at my future, I don't want kids.
Hmm.
Um, and I have certain reasons for that. And as a guy, he has kids, and he talks about what it's like to have kids, and I'm just like, you hit the nail on the head. You're telling me these things, and I'm just like, yes, that's exactly it. Like I don't want that. And oh yeah, he has so many great stories about about dealing with kids as a parent and dealing with other people's kids as a parent, which is just too funny. I really recommend checking out yeah, Louis C.K. Live at Beacon Hall, I think is what it's called, and it's on Netflix.
Okay, cool.
It's about an hour long, and yeah, you'll enjoy it for sure. The other comedian I watched last night was Aziz Ansari. His skit "Dangerously Delicious" is what it's called,
Okay,
and I think he's on Parks and Recreation. He's the Indian guy
okay.
with
Beats
the
me.
name.
I've never seen the show.
Okay, well yeah, he's the Indian guy on Parks and Rec. I believe it's that one.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
and yeah, he's also hilarious. He makes all sorts of good jokes. Once again, had me in tears.
Hmm.
And I love that feeling. I love laughing until I cry. That's like my favorite feeling in the whole wide world. So yeah, I think I'm gonna continue that trend. Maybe watch I don't know, maybe Joe Rogan or Bill Burr tonight. Heard good, or George Carlin.
Oh, Carlin's a good way to
Oh,
go.
Carlin is great. I've only seen like clips of him on YouTube, but
Oh,
I gotta watch the whole live thing.
yes, yes, you do.
I
Carlin
still say, oh
is like the master comedian.
yeah, my favorite comedian whole thing to date though is Robin Williams live on Broadway. His his golf is just his story of how golf was invented is the greatest skit I have ever heard. I've seen that like 20 times and I still just can't stop laughing when I hear it. Oh, it's perfect. But yeah, no, stand-up comedians on Netflix, that's been what I've been doing.
Cool.
What about you? What, or should I say, who have you been watching?
Well, as your segue may suggest, I have been watching Doctor Who quite a bit recently. I am now into season 5. It took me a moment there. The first one was Matt Smith, so experiencing that, him as the Doctor for, well, not the first time because I have seen Day of the Doctor, but his beginnings, I'll say, as the Doctor.
Did you have you watched his episodes before, or did you just jump right into Day of the Doctor?
I basically jumped right into Day of the Doctor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I might have seen clips beforehand, but this is my first time like watching him in the series.
So this is your first time with fish fingers and custard.
Yes.
How far in are you? What was the last episode?
The last episode I watched was part 2 with the Weeping Angels.
Part two. That wasn't the Angels Take Manhattan.
No, no. This was,
Oh, the one where they're in the spaceship there,
yeah, yeah.
and Amelia gets the angel in her eye.
Yep, that's the one.
Okay, that was a good one.
Hmm. Yeah, I was
Though,
really impressed.
while I enjoyed that one,
Hmm.
uh, Blink with David Tennant, 10.
Oh, that
That
episode
was
was so good.
I remember watching it at school because I had all the Doctor Who on my laptop,
Hmm.
and I was just like, "This is so intense." Oh man, I loved that episode.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't think I slept that night, no.
I did, but I dreamt of Weeping Angels. I really did. Um, mind you, the one with Matt Smith in the lab one, it freaked me out. Like when Amelia was in the room and she sees it on the monitor,
Oh,
and then she
that's
looks away,
creepy.
and it's slowly getting closer.
Mhm.
And my sister knows I'm a big Doctor Who fan, but she doesn't really like it.
Yeah.
But she's on Tumblr a lot, and she showed me that this blog from this one person that she follows, who's also a big Doctor Who fan,
Mhm.
and she favorited the post so she could show it to me. Was the person was on their computer, their background changes every like 30 seconds,
Yeah.
or like minute or 5 minutes or whatever. Every now and then it changes,
Mhm.
and this person loves Doctor Who so much that their background is the weeping angel slowly getting closer to the thing. And so she said her friend was borrowing her computer for a bit. So she, first had it open and then she's, the angel. I was like, well, that's kind of creepy. And then she browsed on the internet for like, 5 minutes or something, closed the thing down, and then just it's its face like coming right at you. And she's like, my friend nearly shit herself when she saw that. I'm like, oh, I so want to do that to somebody now.
That would be good, yes.
Yeah. So, um,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting through more of it. I'm hoping to get through it by the end of this month. That's the plan anyway. To be
okay.
caught up.
Yeah, I powered through all the Doctor Who and like over the course of my first semester last year of school.
Mhm.
Or wow, no, 2 years ago now, 2014. Uh, yeah, I powered through all of it. But
Cool.
good times.
Mhm. Alright, well, that's pretty much it for me.
I've been watching one more thing. Yesterday before work, I figured, hey, you know what? I should watch a movie. And I bought this movie a while ago, but never watched it. And my sister was on my case to watch it,
Mhm.
which is Studio Ghibli, or however you pronounce it,
Mhm.
My Neighbor Totoro.
Okay. I've still not seen that one.
I enjoyed it. It was good. I definitely, well, yeah, no doubt in my mind, Spirited Away is the better of the two.
Mhm.
Um, Mind you, sadly, those are the only two Miyazaki movies I've seen. I
Okay.
need to see more. I need to see
Yes.
Howl's Moving Castle, Ponyo,
Mhm.
Kiki's Delivery Service, etc., etc. Um, but no, it was really good. The colors, I mean, the animation's great. I bought it on Blu-ray,
Oh, nice.
so yeah, it looks really nice. Um, One thing that I really, really liked was the movie soundtrack.
Oh, yeah?
Um, I don't know, for some reason the music really stood out in that movie to me, and I'm like, I might have to look for this online because no, I really like the music, and yeah, I enjoyed the movie. It's a lot more fun and lighthearted than Spirited Away is, because
Mhm.
admittedly Spirited Away gets pretty dark at times.
Oh, yeah.
But no, this is if you're looking for just a nice anime movie to watch, I definitely recommend checking this one out. It's only like 90 minutes long,
Okay.
so if you have just a little bit of time, look for it because it's definitely worth the watch.
Cool. Cool. Definitely will. Alright, so I guess that leads us into our shameless self-promotion section.
Yes, it does.
I know you're excited for this week.
I am, because for the first time ever, I actually have something to sort of promote other than just my awesome Twitter account,
Mhm.
which is still just as awesome. And you could still follow me at the underscore Highwind32 and listen to me talk about how awesome I am. And, retweet stuff from The Rock every now and then.
The buddy who you see movies with.
My best friend, yeah. I think next one I'm going to see with him is Hercules. Not sure if he's got anything else that's coming out that we're going to go to, but we'll see. Keep you posted. Um, I have started up my own YouTube channel, finally.
Yay!
And I guess that's my New Year's resolution is to start YouTubing. Whether it's, one video a week or multiple a week, time will tell. My schedule will dictate later.
Mhm.
But my goal is to get this channel up and running. Currently it's up. It's not exactly running though, as there's no videos on it. But hey, if you want to go look at a blank channel, go to YouTube /TheHighwind32. No underscore in this one.
Ooh.
I'll be having some videos coming up soon. I'm hoping to record first with, as I've said to you, Sturgeon Simulator. Start with that and fuck around with that and get the feel for recording, for editing, for posting things. I've never posted anything on YouTube before. So I gotta learn the internet and how to edit shit.
Mm-hmm. It'll come in time.
Yeah, I know it'll get better, so that's where, you know what, just pick something and mess around. And once I feel I've got a hang of it, I'll try to come up with consistent series to play through for your entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
As I also mentioned to X, I'm also thinking I will do my own little video blogs on there, similar to what Jester has with the court. Which, I always like that idea of just talking about shit, because I'm a highly opinionated person with a lot of things on my mind, and I like to talk about those things. And not all those things fall within the realms of the CanUK podcast.
Yep.
Because one thing I'm extremely passionate for that we never talk about here is music.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what? Hey, why don't I just, at the end of every week, if I do a little vlog thing, hey, I can say this is what I've been listening to this week.
Yep.
And stuff like that. So,
Or talk about wrestling.
Yeah, talk about my pro wrestling. That's what I've been watching too this week. I've been watching all my wrestling documentaries. Yeah, exactly. So lots of stuff I can talk about on there. So hopefully we'll get some stuff coming up here this week.
Cool, cool. We're looking forward to it.
I am looking forward to posting it for everybody's entertainment. So how about you? What do you promote this week?
Well, haven't really put out much, but I do have 2 new videos up since the last podcast began.
Mm-hmm.
One of which is Ride to Hell Retribution Part 5.
Let's suffer.
Yeah, and it's properly named, I can guarantee you that.
Yes.
This episode involved a turret section. Not just a normal turret section, but a mobile turret section.
Ooh.
Yeah. Fucking horrendous. And also, I put out, as per usual on every Saturday, a brand new Let's Experience video. And this week, I did Gravity Badgers.
Is that the theme song?
That is the theme song.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm so easily amused.
I was too. I loaded up. I was like, Gravity Badgers. All right, this is awesome. Love the music. First of all, I couldn't fix the volume of the music. It was, play or silent. So I was like, fuck, I have to do a separate audio track, which annoys me greatly.
That's how I have to do all my recording.
And as well, the game is, well, you guys can go check out my Let's Experience of it. Sadly, it's probably the first Let's Experience I've done where I'm probably not going to return back to the game.
No Gravity Badgers for you?
No Gravity Badgers for me.
Oh, how disheartening.
Yeah, no.
Such is life sometimes. Such is life.
Mm-hmm. The theme song will always be in my heart, though.
Well, at least that will live on. Your heart will go on. Wait, what?
That was horrible. Anything else to promote? I should be getting back to my regular schedule this coming week, so Minecraft on Mondays. Tuesdays and Thursdays we'll have Guacamelee and Dust and Elysian Tale. Saturdays will be Let's Experience. Sundays hopefully the podcast, but depending on recording times, yada yada yada. We all know what happens there.
Life.
Yeah. And I'm almost thinking about sticking to a schedule of doing a Suffers At every Friday. So
Wow.
Just to get through the bloody game.
You masochist, you.
I hate myself so much.
I watched the first 3 episodes of your Let's Suffer Through Ride to Hell. And, oh man, that game is terrible. Like, if you weren't doing it, I would honestly buy it like, well, on sale or something,
Mhm,
just to make like a similar Let's Play, just to show people how bad that game is.
mhm.
Because, you know, sadly, and I look back at this and I'm like, there was a time when I looked forward to that game
Mhm. Yeah,
because
I remember you talking about it on the podcast before.
yeah, and I love motorcycles. I ride motorcycles. I love Harleys. I love biker culture, Sons of Anarchy. I love the Grand Theft Auto expansion there, Lost and Damned.
Mhm.
I love all that stuff. So it's like, oh yeah, right to hell, biker gangs. This is gonna be great. And then it's like, this is what they did with this? Who in their right mind looked at this game and said, yeah, this is good. People are gonna like this. Like,
Yeah. I think it's landed on like number one on everybody's like top 10 worst games of 2013 list.
and it deserves to be there.
Hmm. I know Pro Jared did it on his list. It was one game that he hadn't played during the year, but a lot of people like told him on his Reddit that he needed to play it for his top 10 worst games. So he was like, yeah, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You were right. I'm not sure Angry Joe has put up his yet, but Yahtzee, the guy had zero punctuation. I'm sure you've watched some of his videos, right?
I think I've seen a couple, yeah.
He did his top five and bottom five games of the year. He went through them. He went through his top five bottom games, and there was no Red to Hell. And he was like, I know what you're all thinking. What about that one game, Yahtzee? You know, that one game. Well, I'm proud to announce my Lifetime Turd Achievement Award.
Wow.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, I think you're going to be here for a while. So he gave it his worst game of all time.
I don't get how a game can be that bad.
Hmm.
And it's not that it's like just glitch ridden or anything.
No,
It's just terrible.
that's the thing. I think
This
I've experienced one glitch in a game where that old dude looked very weird and.
like the story, it's not even that like graphically it looks ugly, but
Mhm.
I can get around that if it's
Yeah.
good, but it's not in any way. The combat is like everything is terrible and the story is so laughable. I'm like, really?
And don't forget those sex scenes.
The clothes, fully clothed sex scenes. Like, let's just dry hump. Oh, yeah. Like, come on. Oh. Yeah, no, I seriously recommend to all our viewers to go watch X's Let's Suffer Through Right to Hell, because if you haven't seen this game, you need to see how bad it is.
Hmm.
Because at first I'm like, oh yeah, I'm sure it's bad. I couldn't have fathomed it was this bad.
Hmm. Yeah, it's something else, that's for sure. I'm having a fun making the thumbnails for it, though. I can tell you that.
Those are pretty entertaining to see. All your rage faces.
They're needed for that game.
All the rage.
But yeah, the schedule should be getting back on track this coming week, so hopefully power issues abating.
Yeah, notwithstanding. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so I do believe that's going to wrap up the show. As per usual, guys, questions and comments. We had no questions and comments from this past week except for, great video as always from Baby Peticio, so thank you, dude, for that. So remember, just leave us questions and comments. Tell us your Steam sale damage from this year.
What have you been watching? What have you been playing?
Hmm.
And have you been reading anything? Are you more literate than the illiterate members of the CanUK podcast?
Yes, and tell us if you've broken your New Year's resolutions yet or not.
Yeah.
And well, just tell us anything and everything. Ask us anything and everything. And you can win a free game by doing so. I've still got a full shit ton list that I can give out to people.
should I even ask what's on this list, or will
Uh,
we, or has it just gotten so much bigger?
it's quite a decent size. Let me see if I can just pull up a quick one here.
So it's not just a limited selection of 2 or 3 games.
Oh no. Currently on the list here, I believe, yeah, Joe took Trine 2 before, so The Lord of the Rings, War in the North,
Oh, nice.
Scribblenauts Unlimited, Batman Arkham City Game of the Year Edition,
Wow.
Mark of the Ninja, FTL, Faster Than Light,
Okay.
Bez, Rocket Birds, Hard Boiled Chicken, A Virus Named Tom, Limbo, Bastion, The Showdown Effect, Dead Space on Steam or Origin,
Ooh.
Burnout Paradise, the Ultimate Box for Steam or Origin. And
Wow.
I've got a ton more as well, so
That's an impressive selection right there.
wide variety.
I think I should start commenting on some of these videos.
Yep, so if you want a free game, give us a question or a comment. It's just that simple.
That's simple, folks.
All right.
Do it up.
I do believe that's going to do it for the show this week, so Big Boss, do you want to do the honors?
I guess I could do that. Well, thanks again for tuning in, boys and girls, to this week's installment of the CanUK podcast. We've had a lot of fun recording this for you and discussing our favorite topics about gaming, videos, and all things nerdy. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. I've been Big Boss, and your host, as always, has been Lord X. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you later, and until then, you stay classy.
Goodbye, everybody.